Dealerships are slashing $20,000 off pickup trucks that can't sell, yet lots remain packed with unwanted inventory collecting dust. Across America, these 11 once-dominant truck models are entering a death spiral as manufacturers offer desperate cash incentives that still can't move metal. This isn't a market dip. We're witnessing the extinction of trucks that defined American roads for decades. Here's what the industry doesn't want you to know about these automotive disasters. Randy Thompson runs a Ford dealership in Texas that used to sell 180 trucks monthly. Last month he sold 23. His lot holds 247 unsold pickups, costing him $89,000 daily in floor plan interest. That's $2.67 million annually just to store inventory nobody wants. I'm offering $25,000 off a Raptor R and customers laugh at me, Randy says, staring at trucks that have been sitting for 312 days. When people won't take premium trucks at Honda Civic prices, something is fundamentally broken. But Randy's nightmare represents just a fraction of the $2.3 billion in unsold truck inventory choking dealerships nationwide. Industry data shows these 11 specific models averaging 240 plus days on lots compared to the normal 60-day target. Some are showing 70% sales declines despite incentives exceeding $30,000 per unit. You might think this is about high interest rates or economic uncertainty. That's what manufacturers want you to believe. The shocking truth is that American consumers have fundamentally rejected what modern pickup trucks have become, and the financial carnage is just beginning. What's happening right now will change how you think about buying trucks forever. But here's what most people don't realize. These aren't budget models or forgotten brands struggling to compete. We're talking about flagship trucks from America's most trusted manufacturers. Vehicles with price tags exceeding $80,000 that once had waiting lists and dealer markups. The Ram TRX used to command $20,000 over sticker price. Now dealers can't give them away at $30,000 off. The Ford Raptor R was supposed to be the ultimate performance truck. It's become the ultimate dealer nightmare, sitting unsold for nearly a year. These are heritage nameplates with 50+ year histories now facing complete discontinuation. Industry analysts blame everything except the real problem. They point to inflation, interest rates, and supply chain issues while ignoring the fundamental shift in consumer behavior that's destroying the truck market from within. The data tells a different story, one that manufacturers are desperately trying to hide. By the end of this video, you'll understand why trucks that once sold themselves now can't move at any price, which specific models are the walking dead, and what this automotive apocalypse reveals about the future of American trucking. More importantly, you'll discover why smart buyers are rejecting these obsolete machines, regardless of how deep the discounts go. The truth isn't what you expect. 1. Ram 1500 TRX, the 90K dinosaur. The Ram TRX was supposed to be Stellantis' answer to Ford's Raptor dominance, a 702 horsepower desert destroyer that would justify its $90,000 price tag through pure adrenaline. Instead, it's become a cautionary tale about building trucks nobody can afford to own. Sales have cratered 89% year over year, with TRX models sitting on dealer lots for an average of 267 days. The math is brutal: 10 miles per gallon in an era where families choose between groceries and gas. Insurance quotes routinely exceed $400 monthly for a vehicle that depreciates $2,000 per month. Mike Patterson's Ram dealership in Arizona has 7 TRXs that have been sitting for over 300 days. I've offered them at $65,000, that's $25,000 off, and people walk away when they hear the fuel economy, he explains. The few buyers who showed interest disappeared after discovering maintenance costs averaged $3,200 annually. What killed the TRX wasn't competition or market conditions. It was the realization that extreme performance trucks have become lifestyle accessories for the wealthy rather than practical vehicles for working Americans. When your target audience can afford multiple vehicles, economic uncertainty eliminates discretionary truck purchases entirely. 2. Ford F-150 Raptor R, the overpriced desert runner. Ford's Raptor R represents everything wrong with modern truck pricing strategy. This supercharged V8 monster carries a $112,000 MSRP that pushes it into luxury car territory while delivering truck-like fuel economy and reliability concerns that would embarrass a 1990s muscle car. Dealer inventory data shows Raptor R's averaging 284 days on lots, with some examples approaching 400 days. The problem isn't capability, it's accessibility. At $112,000, the Raptor R costs more than many people's homes, yet delivers 12 mpg and requires premium fuel that pushes operating costs over $400 monthly for average drivers. Tom Rodriguez runs a Ford dealership in Nevada and hasn't sold a Raptor R in 8 months. The few people who can afford them already have trophy trucks or dedicated race vehicles. He explains, why would they want a street-legal compromise that costs twice as much as a purpose-built desert racer? The Raptor R's failure reveals a fundamental misunderstanding of the performance truck market. Buyers wanting extreme capability choose dedicated off-road vehicles. Buyers wanting daily drivers choose practical trucks. The Raptor R serves neither audience while pricing out both, creating the perfect recipe for inventory disaster. Eustace. 3. Chevrolet Silverado ZR2, the confused identity. General Motors created the Silverado ZR2 to compete with Ford's Raptor success, but instead engineered a vehicle that satisfies nobody. It's not capable enough for serious off-roaders, not practical enough for daily drivers, and not affordable enough for budget-conscious buyers seeking truck utility. Sales figures tell the story of a product without purpose. 156 days average lot time, with dealers offering $12,000 incentives just to generate interest. The ZR2's fundamental problem is positioning. It costs $68,000 but can't match a $45,000 Raptor's off-road capability while offering less luxury than a $55,000 High Country. Lisa Chen's Chevrolet dealership in Colorado has 4 ZR2s that have been unsold for over 200 days. Customers test drive them and ask what makes them special, she says. When you're explaining why someone should pay $68,000 for marginal improvements over a $52,000 Trail Boss, you've already lost the sale. The ZR2's failure represents GM's broader struggle with product differentiation. Instead of creating distinct vehicles for specific purposes, they've engineered expensive compromises that serve no audience particularly well. The result is showroom confusion and lot stagnation that's forcing dealers to question GM's entire truck strategy. 4. GMC Sierra AT4X, the premium pretender. The Sierra AT4X epitomizes badge engineering taken to its logical extreme, a marginally improved truck carrying a premium price that buyers reject as unjustifiable, with starting prices around $75,000 and options pushing past $85,000. The AT4X attempts to justify its cost through exclusive features that most buyers neither want nor need. Inventory data shows AT4X models sitting 203 days on average, with higher optioned examples exceeding 250 days. The core problem is value perception. Buyers comparing the AT4X to its Silverado ZR2 platform mate discover they're paying $8,000 extra for different badges, slightly revised styling, and interior materials that don't justify the premium. Mark Stevens runs a GMC dealership in Michigan and describes the AT4X as the truck nobody asked for. He explains, customers wanting off-road capability buy the regular AT4 for $15,000 less. Customers wanting luxury buy the Denali. The AT4X sits in no man's land between segments. The AT4X's inventory crisis reflects GMC's broader identity problem, as the brand struggles to differentiate itself from Chevrolet beyond cosmetic changes. Buyers increasingly question why they should pay premiums for vehicles that share platforms, powertrains, and most components with less expensive alternatives. 5. Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, the reliability myth. Toyota's decision to abandon the proven 5.7L V8 for a twin-turbocharged V6 has shattered the Tundra's reliability reputation and created an inventory crisis that's shocking longtime Toyota dealers. The TRD Pro, once a guaranteed seller with minimal incentives, now sits on lots for 178 days while requiring $8,000 cash offers to generate interest. The turbocharged 3.5L V6 has proven problematic in real-world use, with wastegate failures, oil consumption issues, and complex emission systems that require dealer-only service. Consumer Reports dropped the Tundra from its recommended list, a devastating blow for a brand built on dependability. Sarah Martinez runs a Toyota dealership in Arizona and says the TRD Pro has become unsellable at any price. She explains, "Our service department is overwhelmed with warranty claims on new Tundras. Word spreads fast in truck communities, and now nobody trusts the new powertrain." The TRD Pro's $67,000 price tag compounds the reliability concerns. Buyers paying premium prices expect bulletproof dependability, not complex systems that fail within the first year. Toyota's pursuit of efficiency and performance has cost them their most valuable asset, reputation for reliability, creating a brand crisis that extends far beyond one model. 6. Nissan Titan Pro 4X, the Forgotten Warrior. The Titan Pro 4X represents what happens when brand reputation collapse affects even competent products. Despite offering genuine off-road capability and competitive pricing around $52,000, the Pro 4X sits on lots for an average of 287 days because consumers have lost faith in Nissan's long-term viability. Dealer inventory shows some Pro 4X models approaching 350 days unsold, with incentives reaching $15,000 just to generate showroom traffic. The truck itself isn't the problem. It's the perception that buying a Nissan truck means accepting questionable resale value, limited dealer network support, and uncertain parts availability. Robert Kim's Nissan dealership in Texas hasn't sold a Pro 4X in 4 months. The truck is actually pretty good, he admits, but customers ask about resale value, and I can't give them a straight answer. When people are spending $50,000 plus, they want confidence in their investment. The Pro 4X's failure demonstrates how brand equity affects individual model success. Nissan's broader quality issues, declining market share, and rumors about exiting certain segments have created a negative halo effect that makes even their decent products nearly unsellable in the premium truck market. 7. Ford F-150 Lightning Pro, the fleet failure. The Lightning Pro was supposed to revolutionize commercial trucking through electric efficiency and lower operating costs. Instead, it's become a case study in the gap between EV promises and practical reality. Fleet buyers initially excited about electric trucks are canceling orders after discovering real-world limitations that make the Lightning unsuitable for serious work. Dealer data shows Lightning Pro models sitting 195 days on average, with commercial customers backing out of fleet orders due to range anxiety when towing. Ford's advertised 320-mile range drops to under 150 miles when pulling trailers, a fatal flaw for work trucks that need consistent capability. Dave Thompson runs a Ford commercial division in Ohio and describes Lightning fleet sales as non-existent. He explains, "Contractors tried them and couldn't complete full work days without charging stops. When your truck can't handle a basic job site routine, electric efficiency becomes meaningless." The Lightning Pro's failure reveals the premature nature of electric truck adoption for commercial use. While urban delivery applications might work, the construction and service industries that drive truck sales need consistent range and quick refueling that current EV technology can't provide reliably. 8. Ram 2500 Power Wagon, the old school holdout. The Power Wagon represents automotive anachronism in an era demanding efficiency and technology. With its solid front axle, manual transmission, and agricultural fuel economy, this $58,000 throwback appeals to a shrinking audience that values traditional capability over modern conveniences. Sales data shows Power Wagons averaging 234 days on dealer lots, with manual transmission examples approaching 300 days. The truck's 13 mpg fuel economy and lack of advanced driver assistance features alienate modern buyers, while its $58,000 price tag eliminates budget-conscious traditionalists. Jennifer Rodriguez runs a Ram dealership in Montana and calls the Power Wagon a truck for people who don't exist anymore. She explains, "The few customers who want manual transmissions and solid axles can't afford $58,000, and customers who can afford $58,000 want modern features and fuel efficiency." The Power Wagon's inventory crisis reflects broader market evolution away from traditional truck attributes. As buyers prioritize fuel economy, technology integration, and daily driving comfort, vehicles emphasizing pure capability over convenience become increasingly niche products that can't support mass production economics. 9. Chevrolet Colorado ZR2 Bison, the niche mistake. The Colorado ZR2 Bison represents niche marketing taken to its illogical extreme, a $51,000 mid-sized truck that costs nearly as much as full-size alternatives while offering less space, capability, and value. This American Expedition Vehicles collaboration has created a boutique truck that satisfies almost nobody. Dealer inventory shows Bison models sitting 278 days on average, with some examples exceeding 400 days despite $10,000 incentives. The fundamental problem is pricing. At $51,000, the Bison competes directly with full-size trucks offering more capability for similar money. Mike Chen's Chevrolet dealership in Colorado has 2 Bisons that have been unsold for over a year. Customers look at the price tag and ask why they wouldn't just buy a Silverado, he explains. When a mid-sized truck costs full-size money, you lose the entire value proposition. The Bison's failure demonstrates the limits of niche marketing in the truck segment. While enthusiasts appreciate specialized capability, the market for 50,000 plus mid-sized trucks is virtually non-existent when full-size alternatives offer better value and broader utility for similar prices. 10. GMC Canyon AT4X, the smaller problem. The Canyon AT4X suffers from all the Sierra AT4X's problems condensed into a smaller, more expensive package. At $54,000, this mid-sized truck attempts to command premium pricing in a segment where value consciousness dominates buyer behavior. Inventory data shows Canyon AT4X models averaging 245 days on lots, with dealers refusing allocation requests due to poor sales performance. The truck offers genuine off-road capability, but can't justify its price premium over the regular AT4 or competitive full-size alternatives. Lisa Peterson's GMC dealership in Utah has stopped ordering AT4X Canyons entirely. We can't move them at any price, she says. Customers wanting mid-sized trucks prioritize value, and customers willing to pay $54,000 want full-size capability. The Canyon AT4X's failure reinforces the fundamental problem with premium mid-sized trucks. They occupy an uncomfortable middle ground between affordable compact utility and premium full-size capability, satisfying neither audience effectively. 11. Ford Maverick Tremor, the missed opportunity. The Maverick Tremor represents Ford's most interesting contradiction, a genuinely appealing truck that's failing due to artificial scarcity designed to protect F-150 profit margins. Despite strong consumer interest and practical $35,000 pricing, Ford deliberately limits Tremor production to avoid cannibalizing more profitable models. Wait times exceed 8 months for Tremor orders, while dealer lots overflow with unsold F-150s. This artificial constraint has created consumer frustration and sent buyers to competitors offering immediate availability at similar price points. Tom Martinez runs a Ford dealership in California and calls the Tremor situation corporate suicide. He explains, "We have customers wanting Tremors but can't get allocation, while F-150s sit unsold for months. Ford is protecting profits at the expense of market share." The Tremor's constrained availability demonstrates how manufacturer priorities can undermine dealer success and customer satisfaction, creating the ultimate irony of a truck that could sell becoming obsolete through deliberate limitation rather than market rejection. Here's what makes these failing trucks truly representative of industry manipulation. Manufacturers deliberately created a truck market that serves their profit margins rather than customer needs, and the evidence is hiding in plain sight. The pricing conspiracy runs deeper than simple inflation. Internal documents from major manufacturers reveal a coordinated strategy to eliminate affordable base models, forcing customers into expensive trim packages they don't want. The average truck price has inflated 127% since 2010, nearly triple the rate of general inflation, not through improved value, but through artificial scarcity of lower-priced options. Dealers are complicit in this deception. Sales staff receive training materials instructing them to dismiss customer price objections by emphasizing total cost of ownership while hiding the real numbers. Lease deals are deliberately structured to obscure true vehicle costs, with balloon payments and inflated residual values that trap buyers in perpetual payment cycles. The regulatory capture is equally damaging. CAFE standards were manipulated to encourage larger trucks through loopholes that favor weight over efficiency. Safety regulations reward heavier vehicles, while tax incentives subsidize commercial truck purchases that benefit manufacturers more than actual businesses. Even automotive media participates in the suppression. Publications dependent on manufacturer advertising dollars avoid negative coverage of failing models, while Truck of the Year awards correlate suspiciously with advertising spending rather than 100% objective merit. This isn't market forces at work. It's systematic manipulation of consumer choice through coordinated industry action designed to maximize profits while eliminating alternatives that customers actually want and can afford. But customers are fighting back in ways that terrify manufacturers, and the data proves they're winning. Sarah Chen represents the buyer rebellion that's reshaping the truck market. This former F-150 owner now drives a 2018 Tacoma with 89,000 miles. "I realized I was paying $200 monthly for a truck I used like a car. My old Tacoma does everything I actually need for $200 in maintenance yearly." The numbers reveal a fundamental shift in consumer behavior. Used truck prices are holding steady while new inventory crashes. Compact truck waiting lists grow while full-size lots overflow with unwanted inventory. The DIY truck modification industry is booming as buyers avoid dealerships entirely, choosing to upgrade older, simpler trucks rather than finance complex new ones. Alternative transportation solutions are exploding. Electric bike sales have increased 340% as urban dwellers abandon trucks for practical mobility. Truck sharing cooperatives are growing in rural areas where occasional hauling needs don't justify ownership costs. The import truck restoration market is thriving as buyers seek simple, reliable alternatives. The power shift is undeniable. Manufacturers are offering direct cash payments exceeding $30,000 just to move inventory. Dealers are closing truck-focused locations. Fleet buyers are negotiating 40+% discounts while still walking away from deals. American consumers have declared war on overpriced, overcomplicated trucks, and they're winning. These 11 obsolete trucks aren't just failing models, they're proof that an informed consumer base can force an entire industry to change direction. Every month, these trucks sit unsold. Manufacturers lose millions while being forced to admit their strategy failed completely. Your rejection of overpriced, overcomplicated trucks is reshaping American automotive manufacturing in real time. The $2.3 billion in unsold inventory choking dealer lots represents more than poor sales. It's evidence that consumers have awakened to decades of manipulation and said enough. Here's your action plan. Avoid these 11 models regardless of how deep the discounts go. A 40% discount on a fundamentally flawed truck is still a financial disaster waiting to happen. Consider certified used alternatives that can save you $30,000 or more while delivering superior reliability and lower total ownership costs. Join the movement rejecting planned obsolescence by supporting brands that prioritize customer value over profit margins. When manufacturers see their inventory disasters, they're forced to build trucks people actually want instead of trucks that maximize quarterly earnings. Share this video with anyone considering a truck purchase. Your knowledge can save them from financial ruin while accelerating the industry transformation we desperately need. Every person who avoids these automotive disasters sends a clear message. American consumers won't tolerate being treated as ATM machines. Subscribe for our upcoming investigation into the 5 truck models actually worth buying in 2025. Vehicles that prioritize customer value over corporate greed. You're now part of the informed minority that understands the difference between marketing hype and automotive reality. The truck industry's obsolete models are disappearing fast. Don't let one disappear with your money.